Freyna, Dominator of Venom, a dot or damage over time character. She's all about poisoning the battlefield. You're gonna want friendly fire turned off for this one. There is no friendly fire. Her first skill, Venom Trauma, a toxic bullet that creates a puddle on contact. An enemy that touches it gets inflicted with room 0 trauma. Not to get twisted with poison, room 0 trauma poisons enemies. Room 0 spreads poison, but poison does not spread poison. Hence why the enemies in the back are not being infected with poison. Only the enemies next to the trauma patients are. You can look at your Descendant's stats to find out the details of the skills based on the build you have. The second skill, Defense Mechanism. Defense Mechanism is a plague body armor, and it gives it to you for a period of time depending on your build. This increases defense and gives a substantial chance to inflict room 0 on enemies attacking you. Not enemies that you attack. The same poison is not affected by enemies you touch or melee or come into contact with. Only enemies attacking you. If enemies melee you, they get poisoned. If they shoot at you, they get poisoned. Poison happens to be the same regardless of what effect caused the poison. Poison is a status effect that Freyna can inflict. It is static. The third skill, Putrid Venom. Putrid Venom throws a toxin and it creates a swamp or puddle on the ground. Any enemy that walks over the swamp tracks footprints, and any enemy that touches those footprints gets poisoned. And this condition is called Venom Soak, which the toxic swamp inflicts on enemies that pass through it. Her ultimate, Venom Baptism. So this switches to a Venom Rifle. The Venom Rifle scales off your skill power, so it's unaffected by any weapon or weapon attack that you have. It's skill power solely. So if you're trying to build into your ultimate, you want more skill power. And these bullets inflict room 0 trauma. Her passive, Contagion Links. This increases her toxic skill power, or all of the skill power that she uses to affect based off of how many enemies are actively poisoned. If you kill an enemy, the stat goes away. The stat is determined by how many enemies are currently poisoned, so it is unsuited for boss damage. And now I'll go over the sigils for the Descendant. So this is Contagion for Freyna. When an enemy is afflicted with room 0 trauma is killed, there is a contagion of poison surrounding it. So this basically creates a poison cloud. And the poison cloud just affects everyone that would touch it. So up next we have Venom Synthesis. Venom Synthesis is a skill conversion, which it turns Putrid Venom into a different skill. It makes your Putrid Venom leave behind toxic footprints. You can walk in a path, and any enemy that walks over your path is inflicted with poison. This is very good if you want to maximize the damage of your ultimate skill. Then we have Toxic Stimulation. Toxic Stimulation is another skill conversion kit. The plague body armor that you get, instead of giving it to yourself, you give it to all of your allies. So this is very good against bosses, because it increases the defense of everyone around you by whatever skill modifiers you have. And then we have Neurotoxin Synthesis. This modifies the effects of room 0 trauma, and instead of spreading poison, it adds an attack reduction and weakness regeneration effects. Whenever you're fighting a void intercept battle and you're on hard mode, instead of getting creamed, effects like these are going to be what make it so that you can survive the battle. So that was Freyna and her Descendant sigils. I plan to do more in-depth guides and farming guides as I play the game more. We're all super excited for the game. If you want to see more guides and do more damage, subscribe. Have a good day.